To rotate or not to rotate? That is the question. In vegetable growing, this is a serious question, and it's about, can you grow the same plant in the same place year after year, or plants of the same family which use maybe the same nutrients and suffer the same pests and diseases? In Western agriculture, and by implication gardening, the understanding is 4-year rotation is considered wise. So you allow a gap of 3 years between growing vegetables of the same family. One family, for example, could be onions, leeks and garlic. Another family, brassicas, could be cabbages, cauliflowers and radish. Now I'm trying it here where, as part of this trial where we've already looked at dig, no dig and different compost comparisons, there's also a time element. So I'm growing here, it's the 4th year in a row of climbing beans, the same beans, and I keep the seed from them. This 3 beds here, these 3 had squash, again seed saved for 3 years, and then the 4th year in a row this year, and that there is the 2nd year in a row of cabbage. So already there's some interesting patterns building up, or not. For example, with the cabbage, 2nd year, so there were autumn cabbage there last year, these actually are looking even better, and they're following broad beans. And I have noticed this quite a bit. You know, you can do things 1-2 years, not much problem there. Here, in the 4th year of squash, this is a curry squash, very bountiful plant. Last year, 2015, there were 55 kilos of squash from this area here, which is now Chinese cabbage. So 6 plants gave 55 kilos. Clearly it was a good year for squash weather-wise. I was a bit blown away by that result and was hoping for something similar this year. Squash again. But the harvest this year was 28.5 kilos, down almost 50%. And that's got me wondering, that's the 4th year. Is this too many in a row? Maybe I'll do it one more year to see. And then here, same story, beans. So these climbing beans, 4th year in a row, they're kind of falling off a cliff to me a bit, because you can see there, most of the leaves have gone already on the bolotis at that end, for example. That's a bit early. At least they're going to dry nicely, but the yield this year is going to be, I haven't got final harvest figures yet, it's going to be down at least 40%. And we can look in a minute at a comparison with the same beans sown at the same time, growing in a piece of ground in my garden where there had not been beans for 3 years. It's been fascinating to see the difference this year between beans grown where no beans had grown before. Still looking really strong and healthy, plenty of leaf, lots of crop to come, compared with the beans where previously there's been beans 3 years in a row, and they are looking tired. And I don't know how far I can take this. I might grow beans again one more year just to see, but it's looking like we're close to the end. Another aspect of rotation is with vegetables that grow in half a year only. So what do you grow in the second half of the year? Here I'm trying a second crop of calabrese. So calabrese is a very demanding crop. It takes a lot of nutrients, it grows ever so fast, it takes a lot out of the soil. And here already was the first crop of calabrese, which I sowed in modules in the greenhouse February, planted March. It grew through April, May, and gave lovely big heads from the middle of June until early July, when we twisted out the plants to the compost heap and replanted with calabrese. So this calabrese is a second crop here, following the first one in the same year, and the soil has not received any more additions of anything, no more compost, no fertilizer, it's all organic. And yet look at the results. They are fantastic plants, growing really healthily, and they're going to be nice big heads, second crop, through late September, October. So if you're wondering in the summer what you can grow after harvesting, say, brassicas or say beetroot, well, try another crop of brassicas or beetroot. For more information on organic no-dig gardening, check out any of my 7 books on different aspects of this subject, growing vegetables above all. And my website has fortnightly updates to keep you up to speed on sowing, planting, harvesting. And also you'll find information on my website about courses I run, day courses here, weekend courses, courses around and abroad even, and lots more all about No Dig Organics.